I see a lot of, I was walking at the back. Some of you are sleeping already at the back, right? So, hindi ba kasya yung bus ride sleep nyo? Guys? Okay? I have a question for you guys before we start the talk. So this is going to be a three-part talk. Two of my colleagues will go up upstairs later. Can I ask you, kids, who among you are friends with your parents on Facebook or Twitter? Meron ba? Really? Okay. Okay, how many of you block your posts from your parents? Figures, right? Okay, I won't ask why, and I know why. I'm a parent myself. So, even though we're a technology company, what we'll be sharing to you today is about social media. Okay? I know most of you are in IT, computer engineering, maybe BS, MIS, right? But social media right now, as seen by the hands that were raised, it's all over the place, right? I mean, 10 years ago, well, you had Friendster then, but right now, it's ubiquitous, it's all over, okay? Let me introduce myself. So I'm not Yvonne, and I'm not Kimmy. Okay, I'm Sam. Okay, I head Intel social media for Southeast Asia. That's 6 markets, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, including emerging markets like Myanmar, okay? So this is my day job. If you read my profile at night, I attempt to be a musician, okay? So yung mga rockers dyan, mathematics and music go well together, okay? So, how noisy is social media? If you're monitoring right now, the hashtag for this event is Y4IT, okay? If you're going to tweet, or going to post on Instagram, use that hashtag, okay? So that the world will know that we're here after the iPhone 6 launch and the Apple iWatch. This is the most important event worldwide, okay? And you're part of it. Dapat matawa kayo. Tell your parents, okay? Mommy, I'm here. Okay? They may be looking at your profile right now. It's very noisy, okay? This was taken in 2013. This is called an internet minute. And this is what happens, okay? 278,000 Twitter posts per minute happens, okay? Facebook, 41,000 content. Expect this to almost double in 2014 because of growing bandwidth, diba? In the Philippines, I don't know about that, but I've been to Vietnam recently. I went to a small town, and I went into a cafe, and they were serving, like Vietnamese pastries. But what surprised me is free internet. And when I did the net speed test, it was very fast. Imagine going to a town and having free internet. Sa Philippines, wala pa tayo that stage. But our neighbors are embracing, and really growing their bandwidth. Okay? It's very noisy, so how do you build a personal brand? I'll explain to you later what a personal brand is, because hindi ba kayo minsan, how many of you feel bad when you make a post and you get 1 like? Galing pa sa inyo yun, di ba? Like. Mommy, like my post, right? And you know why, di ba? When you go to Facebook, look at the feeds there. It's continuous. Lalo na kung marami kayong nilike na sites, right? It's very noisy. So, before that, let me ask you, we're now going to the brand stage. Do you know the popular brands in the Philippines? Any guesses? Okay. Cut it short, Lucky Me. Okay. I was surprised when I was looking at it. This was from a Kantar Worldwide Panel survey. The way that they measured it, they look at the items that were bought by Filipinos most. Siguro nangyari to during the typhoons, nauubos yung mga noodles talaga, right? So, all flavors. The previous number 1 was this brand, okay? Nescafe. Look at the likes of Nescafe in their Facebook page. Kita niyo ba? 22 million. Okay? Look at the likes of Lucky Me. 150,000. Ibig sabihin yung mga bumibili ng noodles, walang Facebook. Okay? So that means, right? So, To me, Nescafe is the top brand in social media in the Philippines. Okay? Go to their site, they have a lot of nice promos. Bukod sa libreng kape, may mga libreng giveaway sila. Okay? These are the top 2 local brands. Now, what is a brand? Definition muna tayo, okay? It's an intangible sum of a product's attributes, according to David Ogilvy, one of the gurus in marketing. Okay? It's the art of aligning what you want people to think about your company or yourself with what people actually think about you. Okay? J. Bayer, sum total of how someone perceives your organization. Okay? This one, I like this definition of a brand. A brand is the essence of one's own unique story. You can apply this personally to you, right? What is your unique story? We're going to answer that later, and hopefully, you'll find it here in Youth for IT. Okay? A brand also is a reason to choose. Kaya boys, if you're courting a girl and she says no, it means, I don't like your brand. Okay? It's a reason to choose. Do you agree or disagree? Agree, right? Girls, tama, di ba? Mas malalim pa. I don't like your essence. It's not unique. You smell like Dota 2. Dota or me. Anyway, this is the most valuable brands list from Fortune magazine. Intel is ranked, hirap makita, no? We're number 8. You can Google it or go to fortune.com. Our brand is now worth around $30 billion. And our revenue is around $53 billion last year. So there's a correlation between the value of a brand and the revenue that a company generates. Apple, incidentally, is the top brand worldwide with over 100 billion. Okay? That's the amount of the Apple brand. Okay? Ilan ditong may Apple products na may Intel inside? MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. Okay? Yan si Coco ay naka-MacBook Air kanina. Okay? Let's talk about brand essence. Sino ang dream car? BMW. Volvo. Mercedes-Benz. Ori. These car brands, they have one brand essence. And what are they? Okay? Saw it, right? Performance for BMW, safety for Volvo, and luxury. Now, what does this mean? Whenever their engineers craft a car, they align it towards these brand essences. Kaya yung BMW talaga, if you drive one, ang sarap drive-in ng BMW. Yung Volvo naman, you will be comfortable if your family is inside kasi very safe. And yung Benz, I should put Audi here, But it's the epitome of luxury in cars, okay? Local. Okay. Quiz tayo. Sayang walang prizes eh. What do you think are the brand essence of these 3? ABS-CBN, GMA, TV5? Okay, good. Kapatid. Okay, 2 points. Mga teachers, okay, papasa itong mga to, ha? So the brand essence of these companies. Ngayon, well, hindi ko alam bakit yung ibang artista maraming pamilya. So, maraming kapuso or maraming kapatid, di ba? Anyway. What about these personalities? What do you think, Sir Brand? Isang word lang, one word. Oh, Big Soto. Nasa gitna. And Pinoy, Nothing negative, okay? Bossing, matapang, and matwid. Di ba? Now, let me ask you, what happens when they deviate from their brand essence? Halimbawa si Bossing, di ba? Naging sunod-sunuran siya. Or si Mayor Duterte, okay, nabahagang buntot, tumakbo. Or si Pinoy, biglang lumihis ng daan. What happens? Okay, people get disappointed, right? That also happens. Kaya yung mga nababasted yan, lumilihis sa brand nila. Okay? Baka mamaya magkaroon ng maraming couples dito, ha? Okay? Females naman. Medyo nahirapan ako sa mga girls, eh. Pero mga tinanggal namin. Senator Miriam Santiago, ano? Matapang din, di ba? Tony Gonzaga. Maganda. Lea Salonga. O sige, bilisan natin ha. Sana tama yung brand essence ko. Matalino and matapang. Di ba? Pwede naman dalawa eh. So, matalapang. I don't know. Senator Miriam, right? Si Tony, ang hirap maghanap ng Filipino word for chaste. Eh. Yung nakita ko, puro, ganyan. Pero she decided, di ba, to remain a virgin until she got married. Nabasa niyo ba yon? Do you believe that? Ilan sa inyo yung chaste dito? Sorry. Different ano. O yung guys, di pwede, okay? World class, Lea Salonga. Coach Lea. Okay? So, let me ask you, what is your single word that will describe your brand essence? Okay? Matalino? Matapang? Okay? Personal brand is this. Ito yung definition niya. It's everything that you are plus everything people believe you to be. Okay? Very simple. Okay? Now, we're going to go fast now for some ways that you can build your personal brand. First, you need to accept this. Guys, every time you tweet, every time you post, every time you encounter people, you're building your brand. Ala na, nandun na kayo. Game over. Okay? You're part of this. Even if you erase your digital presence, this is happening already. Okay? And this is Gary Vaynerchuk. Everybody is now in the branding business, whether you like it or not. Okay? Okay? Sumali ba kayo? Okay. Good. It means that you're participating. Buti na lang, mainit sa Pilipinas, right? Second, you have to define or redefine your brand consciously and constantly. Nagbabago ka naman, di ba? So the more you change, actually, for the better, the more you're building your brand. Okay? Ito, Bogart. Huwag naman ganyan, ha? Pero sana, from Bogart to Brad Pitt, okay? How you will transform yourself. Or from Isa to Egan. Okay? These are two of my favorites. We edited some out, right? Okay? Number 3, leverage who you are. The question is, how will you know who you are, right? 4 questions that you would like to ask yourself. Saan ako nanggaling? Okay? Sino ako? Bakit ako nandito sa mundong to? At saan ako pupunta pag ako'y namatay? If you're able to answer these, you're made. Okay? Pwede ka na mapunta sa heaven. Okay? And the third one really is what you should answer to arrive at your brand essence. Okay? So there's a lot of things around you. And this one is a course that I conduct for free to students of UP. And it's a personal statement course it's based on a framework called Business Model Generator. Look it up, Business Model Generator, and look for the U. It's a personal choice. It's a chart that will help you plot your life. Okay. Number 4, be authentic. I cannot emphasize it more. Alam ng mga tao ngayon kung totoo yung pinopost mo or not. It's very easy to find out. In fact, when someone applies for a job at Intel, we immediately look at your Facebook page or you do a search on your name. Makikita namin ang histories doon. So be careful what you'll post, okay? Subway story. This was the story of this guy, okay, Jared Fogle, who lost a lot of weight. It happened around 10, 12 years ago. And it helped Subway become one of the top brands in the US. Look at him. Okay? And why is his story unique? It was unexpected. At that time, wala pa yung Biggest Loser. Okay? And it was concrete. People saw the change that happened with Jared. And last but not the least, elicited very strong emotions. These things, you should take a look at whenever you want to, okay, stand out in that noisy world. Okay? Second, buy into your own brand. Pag hindi ka believe sa sarili mo, while others believe, right, in you. It starts there. Okay? Find a memorable visual hook. Visual hook means your overall look and feel. Anong colors ang gusto mo sa site mo, etc. And this girl, Alodia, right? Very strong visual hook. That's why she's called the cosplay princess of the Philippines. Okay? 7, simplify. Don't follow from this guy, what Apple does. Look at their sites, very clean. Very simple. Okay? Look inside to grow on the outside. I'm going to show to you what Intel does for branding. It's a video that we played, and we launched this last year. Not playing. Hold on. Ba't kaya nag-stop ang PowerPoint? Okay, sandali lang. O, isipagmuni-muni muna kayo ng brand nyo, ha? Okay. There. Okay, guys, if you're planning to buy a PC or a tablet or a smartphone, look for this, okay? It's one of our, of course, our call to action. Okay, number 9. I'm going to call my colleague, Kimmy, to discuss this, but you have to engage customers. When I mean customers, anyone who engages with you in your brand, okay? So I'm going to call my colleague on how you can engage your customers to build confidence in your brand, okay? Kimmy? Kimmy Salazar?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Sam. Okay, so for Intel, I am the community manager for their Intel Facebook and Twitter page. Now, I'm going to show you what it means to be a community manager. For one thing, for Intel, it's not my personal brand, it is a company brand. So as a community manager, how am I going to tell the story of Intel? So first, I will define for you what a community manager is. So here. Anyway, does anyone know what a community manager is? Anyone? Well, here, this is a lesson for everyone. So in social media, you got your Facebook, you got your Twitter, you got your Instagram, etc., etc. So as a community manager, you're in charge of these 4 things: listening, content planning, publishing, and engagement. And at the same time, it's a cycle. So as you manage your brand page, whether you're on Facebook, on your Twitter, you go through these 4 processes. When you listen, that means you scan the web. You look for insighting. You see what people are talking about. You see what's trending. You see what's the latest news on GMA, on ABS-CBN, on Rappler, etc. And then you gain an insight. What are people commenting? Because it's not just the opinion of the writers. It's the opinion of the public as well. And then you analyze, how will it relate to my brand? And that's when you start content planning. When you plan your content, you gather all this insight, you gather all what these people are talking about, and you translate it. How are you going to relate to your brand? And that's when you develop your content. And developing content means it's your visuals, it's your text copy. Yung mga status updates, yun. So when you publish it, you go now on Facebook, you update your status already, then you start listening again. Sino nagko-comment? Sino yung nag-like? Sino nag-share? What exactly are they saying online when they comment on your post? Is it positive? Is it negative? And you ask yourselves. And then that's when you engage them. Do you want to reply to this? Do you want to continue the conversations with them? So you monitor what these people are saying, you reply, And then if ever you escalate it, if it's something you want to move forward with, and then you go back to listening. Because on social media, it's always on. You always have to have content. So you go back to listening, you plan your content, you publish it, you engage with your followers, with your fans, and you go through the cycle over again. So what are the challenges whenever you're faced with these things? Whatever you say online, and this is very important. One, you reach a massive and very diverse audience. Two, whatever you say can make or break your brand. And like I mentioned, it's always on. So with these challenges, one, how are you going to make your brand personal? How are you going to connect to these very different people? They think differently than you, they feel differently from you, but how are you going to connect with them? And then when you make or break your brand, in the case of Intel, how can we communicate the message of the brand, the look inside branding? How are you going to communicate with them? So here's my top 3 tips on really good community management. The important thing is, and as I mentioned, you listen, and you listen. When you listen, and like for everyone, alam nyo, kung hindi kayo nakikinig sa nanay nyo, kung hindi kayo nakikinig sa girlfriend nyo, ayan, nag-aaway kayo. Wala na, talo ka na. So the important thing is you listen, and you listen. You listen to what people are saying online. You listen to what your competition, what your peers are saying online. And at the same time, you listen to your brand. So when you put these two together, then you will be able to communicate properly to your followers. And this is what we do for Intel. That's why you see we talk about the beauty of our processors, because we know that our fans are very interested on the technology that's inside. They also like innovation and technology. Nakikita niyo yung eggplant dyan? It worked very well because people are interested on how this eggplant can generate energy to power something. Parang siya yung potato experiment, but this one's an eggplant. And this is a recent discovery from the Intel ICEF competition. And the third one is the new Red Fox WizPad Lite. With this one, we realized that with Intel, our fans, they like it when Intel partners with a local manufacturer, with a local company. So this really works. Another thing, more innovation, imaginative contact lenses can take pictures. It's like a minority report thing, and it's actually happening. People are developing it right now, so we're sharing the story. So another thing, second one, diba top 3 tayo, so we're on the second one already. This one is be relevant. And what does that mean? Like for the top 2 brands that Sam mentioned a while ago, there's Nescafe and then there's Lucky Me. Those 2 are very, very, very local. So with Intel, a multinational corporation, how do we make it relevant to the local setting? We create content that really tugs on the heartstrings of Filipinos. UAP, Yolanda, and syempre mga holidays, walang pasok. So these types of content bring the brand closer to Filipinos, to you. Makikita nyo yung mga comments dito, people cheering for the UAAP. People saying it's wonderful na Intel is helping out people in Leyte after Yolanda. And syempre, masaya, walang pasok. But all those will not be as efficient if you're not able to balance this with your brand's message. Think about it. Sige, you keep on posting content that is uso, that's about showbiz, that's about news, everything is uso. But the thing is, if you don't balance it with your brand's message, mawawala yung purpose ng page mo. Eh, pag nawala yung purpose nun, why will people keep coming back to you if they don't even understand what you're communicating? If you're just there for fun and entertainment, how will they understand you? So the key is to balance your brand's message. And for Intel, that's innovation that's inside. It's great tablets that have Intel inside. So we present it in such a way. For example, yung Gilas. Manalo, matalo, ituloy ang laban, and you can catch all the games on Intel tablets. One, for fans of League of Legends. You want a powerful PC to play your games? Go to our exhibition. You get free League of Legends stuff. And then there's Intel Easy Steps. One of the main priorities of Intel is education for all, especially for those in the far-flung areas. Education for all comes in Intel Easy Steps. Here, people can access Facebook and they can learn the basics. Basic Word, basic Excel, So these three are examples of how we tie in our Facebook content with Intel's business objectives. And see, if you understand what your fans want, if you understand what your community wants, what the Filipinos want, and what your brand wants, you get content like this, na umaabot ng 15,000 likes, umaabot ng 2,000 likes, umaabot ng mga 100 shares, etc. So there. Any questions? Sam?
On. Thank you, Kimmy. Kimmy, can I get the clicker, please? Okay. So, ladies and gents, every time you make a post on Intel Philippines site and the Twitter page, Kimmy is the one who answers it, okay? And her twin. She has to have a twin kasi 24/7. Fan na ba kayo ng Intel Philippines? Yung mga hindi pa, i-fan nyo naman, okay? And follow us on Twitter, guys, okay? Thank you, Kimmy. Okay, number 11. This is, if you're not familiar with this, it's not an acronym, it's a word. It used to be SOLOMO. It stands for social, local, and mobile. But we added a RE at the end. Now, what does the RE means? Okay? Number 11 tip for you is this: go social, go local, and go mobile. Every time we develop something, it's always on the phone. Now, always. We don't know what will happen when the wearables started becoming ubiquitous. But right now, we always develop for mobile, okay? And find a way to reward. Pwedeng i-reward nyo, hey, I built this new or I created this new digital art. For example, you can download it for free, etc. Okay, we have something for you guys today for being such a great audience. Okay, do you want to get free mobile load? Yes, cool. Well, we have a surprise for you now. You know, one of our partners in our event in Clark happening today, they're called Yo-Yo Mobile. They're gracious enough and generous enough to give each of you today, okay, free mobile load. And this is how you're going to do it. First, go to the Google Play Store. Look for this app, Pop Slide. If you have this already, sorry, you cannot get it. Okay, it's only for those who are going to install this for free. Okay? So, when you go into the Pop Slide and have downloaded it, you need to enter a code to get 1,500 points, which you can then redeem for a load worth 15 bucks. Okay? Later on, you'll see other promos that Intel is going to partner with Pop Slide. Okay? So, this is the registration site after you've installed the application. Okay? And this is the code. Intel for DGB. Do you know what DGB stands for? Okay, we'll get into that. That's going to be the topic of my next colleague who's going to speak. Okay? The code will expire at 6 p.m. today. So write it down, download it, and then key in Intel for DGB at the promo code. Clear? Sayang 15 pesos. Ako din, download ko na yan. Okay, number 12. This is the last one. Tell your story. Be storytellers. We can talk about it next time, probably in the 13th Youth for IT, but storytelling is the most powerful way to make a conversation memorable. Diba? Tips din, guys, ha? Kwento nyo yung buhay nyo. You'll see, you know, pagka nag-sparkle ng eyes ng inyong loved one, you're making that memorable moment. Okay? And the best way to tell stories is through purpose-driven involvement. Let me call now my colleague, Yvonne Flores, Garcia, to talk about DGB. Okay, Yvonne?
Okay, last portion to tell your story, and the best way to tell your story is through a purpose-driven involvement. Meron ba kayong org? Meron ba kayong organization? Yung mga nandito. Dito lang yung narinig ko. Meron ba kayong organization? Meron bang purpose? Yung mga nandun. Meron? Okay. Ito pwede nyo nang isamang purpose. Here, this is what we want to tell you today as what Intel is also supporting or espousing in terms of helping reduce the digital divide. Okay? It's a movement called DG Bayanihan. In this case, Intel is not alone. Intel is with a group of like-minded organizations. And our purpose is to enable Filipinos on digital skills to improve their lives. Do you believe this? Learn something, and it helps you improve your life. I think the first speaker has driven this point too. Tama ba? Correct? Nasa na kayong lahat? 10,000 kayo nandito. Tama ba? You learn something, learn digital skills, and that's what he showed you this morning. But we also want you to take that purpose and share it with others. So think of it this way. Kumakain ba kayo ng dirty ice cream? Eh kung si Mamang Sorbetero tinuruan niyong mag-Twitter para ifa-follow niyo siya. At sasabihin niyo, Manong, anong oras kayo dadaan sa harap ng building namin? O kaya sasabihin niya, follow me through Twitter. But by 5 p.m., nasa harap ako ng ganitong building. Do you think, bababa ka nung time na yon? Kung gusto mo talaga ng ice cream, alam mo, mahahanap mo si Manong. So it opens a lot of opportunities for Manong Sorbetero when he learns simple skills like this. Okay. As I said in the beginning, we're not alone here. We're with a network of organizations, one of which is the organizer of this event. You see that? Lumalabas ba? Ayan. UPSITF. All right? And also, your speaker, the first speaker today, the one who welcomed, besides working with the organizers here, he's also part of the Philippine Society for IT Educators. Okay. So, what do we want to tell you today? We want you to join us in this movement we call DG Bayanihan. DG being ICT, Bayanihan is very easy to understand. If you're a Filipino, you know it by heart. It's helping others. We want you to volunteer, not just yourself, but bring your barkada, bring your tropa, bring your org. Join us so we can volunteer to train others, have fun while doing the training and doing something wonderful. What do we want you to do when you volunteer? We want you to empower others with digital skills. Train them. You can use content available on Facebook, Intel Philippines. It's called Intel Easy Steps. Or you can train them with what you know in terms of digital literacy. Share your skills. Improve, help them improve. So it's not just teaching them the skills, but bridging that with what can you do with these skills so that it improves whatever you do. In the case of Manong Sorbetero, which I said earlier. So to further drive the point, I'd like you to see this, and hopefully after this, you're very convinced to join us.
In this day and age of instant connectivity, what does it mean to be a hero? And are we truly connected? This is Mang Nonoy. He's used to this kind of life. Numb to everything that comes his way. One day, he encounters something. A feeling he hasn't felt in a long time. A feeling that sparks his curiosity. Ben's a college student. He notices the curiosity in Mang Nonoy's eyes.
Kuya, ano ka ba mag-computer? Hindi po, sir. Gusto mo bang turuan kita? Talaga po? Oo, ako pa. Gusto ko po yan, sir.
Ben decides to teach Mang Nonoy how to use a computer. Every week they would meet. Ben guides Mang Nonoy through the basics. Mang Nonoy, though having a hard time, doesn't back down. Mang Nonoy doesn't have much, but he still tries to repay Ben with what little he has. Slowly, Mang Nonoy is able to grasp the things being taught to him. As their lessons continue, Ben finds a friend in him. So what does it take to be a hero in this day and age? A hero is someone who sees the good in everyone. A hero is someone who reaches out and inspires to realize one's potential. And that's what Ben believes in, the goodness in people. And he sees that goodness in Mang Nonoy. He entrusts that goodwill to him. What is connectivity in this modern world we live in? One small act of kindness can make a huge difference. A connection that will truly resonate and empower the goodness in everyone and pass it on. That's what it means to be a hero.
Sali na kayo? Tara? Game? Sali? Ano? You wanna help Mang Nonoy? Okay, here's how to start this. You can participate in the DigiBayan Leadership Workshops that is happening while you are here. And it happens, you can sign up in the booth outside. The workshop happens in one of the meeting rooms here. The goal of the workshop is that when you go home, you have something to bring, you know what to do. We can just tell you how it is to organize. We can give you some activities that you can also do so that when you go back, you can plan it right away with your org. I've said this already, you can sign up and you can contact us to this URL. So please join DigiBayanihan, come join us, all the networks that we've mentioned, and we have one purpose: to help others improve their lives through digital skills. Thank you.
Clicker. Thank you. Okay. Woohoo. Sinong nakakry-cry dyan na? Okay? Push mo yan, guys. Hopefully one day, your story will be told here. That's my wish. For our country. Kailangan ng katulong ng bansa natin, di ba? Okay? Okay, so, can you project the slide, please? Thank you, Yvonne, really. So there's a booth there, guys. Sign up now, okay? It will be on for 3 days. Okay, so final question. How do we build a brand in a noisy social world? This was the topic that we discussed, right? I think you know now how. You build it one step at a time, and you get involved, okay? So there are 3 takeaways. So remember, social, local, mobile. And then reward those who engage with you personally, okay? Second, tell your story. Only you can tell your story, right? And be involved, okay? Very clear? Okay, so don't forget this code, Intel4DGB, 1,500 points worth of load, okay? And that's it. Okay, thanks. Bye, guys. Thank you.